You doing, girl?
Hey there, how you doing?
How you doing,
How
girl?
you doing?
Oh, yeah. Jen Kirsch is back in the hizzy.
What up?
What up?
What up?
What up? What up? How are you?
I'm doing good.
Why?
Whew, it was quite the weekend. I went to Bestival this past weekend.
I was at Bestival this weekend.
We must have,
Yeah, I was at Bestival with a
paths.
pregnant chick.
Oh, you were that guy.
No, my wife's pregnant, so we went to
Yeah.
Bestival. She still does cool and fun things. And anyway, we hung out at Bestival, and I have to tell you, it was a really neat experience.
Wasn't it interesting?
Yeah, I thought it was like really feel good and just chilled, and had a Budweiser, had a Fuego actually. They have this one that they mix it with a Coca-Cola. Is amazing, and I really just liked it.
What was it like going to a music fest with your pregnant wife as opposed to back in the day when you'd go and girls would have, tits out wearing these fest chic outfits that are basically nothing, talk to me about that.
Well, hopefully my wife doesn't listen to the show, but man, were there some unbelievably hot women there. And don't get me wrong, I think my wife's the most gorgeous girl in the world, especially pregnant. It's insane. You can't even tell she's pregnant, and she's only 6-7 weeks to go. But like they just, women are wearing really nothing.
They're wearing nothing.
Nothing. These shorts. Everyone's butt cheek show now. This is the new look.
Yeah.
Everything's out.
And, part of it I like because it's women are confident in what they're wearing and they're feeling good and they're just enjoying the environment. The other thing is I know a lot of my girlfriends that were there were really interested in meeting guys. They thought, what a great opportunity to meet a guy at a music fest, which I agree. You have all this blood right in front of you. You don't, they could be available for the taking, the guys that aren't walking around with pregnant wives.
Sure, of course. But isn't that really interesting? Because, we're here with thejenkirsch.com, Jen Kirsch, of course. And I never thought of these festivals being sort of a hookup meeting place, but it seems to be a wonderful environment to do so.
Well, it's great because you're surrounded by like-minded people. These are people who are interested in the same artists as you. They choose to spend their weekend on an island. They're getting away. They don't maybe have those family obligations or the obligations those in marriages or relationships would have. So there's already like-minded people. And you go there and then you're shouting over loud music or you're drinking all day in the sun, which isn't necessarily the best for meeting new people, or possibly you're barely dressed. So I think it's somewhat difficult that people go, but then they're sort of throwing themselves under the bus with the chance to meet someone.
Wait a second. So you think that it's not the best place to meet someone because it's not your true self?
I think it's a great place to meet someone like-minded, but I feel like there's some tips I want to run by people of sort of the do's and don'ts of music festivals.
And there's a music festival like every fucking weekend. It's insane.
There's so much going on.
Boots and Hearts and even think basically, Beer Fest here in Toronto. That's a music festival.
I love Beer Fest. And there's Osheaga, there's Squamish in BC this summer. They have Mumford & Sons headlining. So these are really great festivals that people are going to run out and go to. But let's get a few things covered. First of all, one thing that I went into, and I was chatting about this with you earlier, is something called the Perrier Greenhouse, which basically...
By the way, you just put it in an email, and I thought maybe, you indulged too much over the week. What is that, Perrier Greenhouse?
So Perrier Greenhouse, Perrier, the, soda water company, they decided to put together this... Essentially, it looks like a greenhouse. It's sort of this upscale area where you could go into that's totally covered and you can meet someone, have conversation in there. They have, as opposed to, just getting your drink in the plastic cup, if you want to meet someone and schmooze with them, this looks a little more sexy. It looks a little more adult, a little more mature. So basically they have these drinks they make in the Perrier cans. They're specifically made. They have DJs going on every hour, famous DJs that they have pre-lineups playing the music. And it's somewhere that's more intimate to chat to someone at, but it's open to the public too. And I think that some people at Bestival just saw it there and they sort of felt it was, a little above them or up there they wouldn't be able to get into. But anyone could go in, and it was a great way to have conversation. I ran into a girlfriend there, and I hadn't seen her in a while.
So is it sort of deadening of some sound so you can have a real conversation?
Yeah, you're not in front of a stage with this loud music and the amps and people screaming over each other and cheering and spilling on you. It's a little bit more of a classy space to go in, and this is going to be appearing at Osheaga as well and at Squamish as well.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it was just really unique. I loved it. I went there with my boyfriend. He came to the later shows.
Did you guys meet any other boyfriends or girlfriends?
We did not go home with any other people that we met in there, but we did meet a lot of people in there. Even the women that were serving us, they were really unintimidating. I find at these things like a beer fest, and you have these promo women, and they're great and they're gorgeous, but for someone who maybe isn't as confident or comfortable, it makes you really uncomfortable. And when you're there talking to a guy, you feel like you have to compete. In the Perrier greenhouse, they had these girls in these sort of this type of dress that I'm wearing, these flowy dresses. They had a headband on. They were really sincere.
I saw a promo transgendered lady, and man, was I turned on. And I'm being serious. Not in that one, but at the Bestival. And I was thinking to myself, man, wow, she's beautiful. And she had a peanut. I just thought I'd throw that out there.
And you didn't see that one coming.
Hey, I'm Jay Brody. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave a comment. We read the best ones on the air.